Hello and welcome to the StarCraft Pro League Grand Finals. We have finally made it. It is grand final time between SKT and KT. Now, KT for the past 2 weeks has defeated the other two teams to earn their spot in the final, and I was very disappointed to see Bisu out first. I mean, Bisu's a good player, but I really wanted to see Bisu versus Flash. But our first matchup, it is a PvP. It is going to be Bisu versus P7GAB, or Wookie as he is also known. Now with this matchup, I feel like I have come full circle, because the first match I ever casted this season was between Bisu and P7GAB, and it was on this map. And in that match, Bisu did an absolutely crazy cannon rush, just built cannons behind the minerals and just absolutely schooled P7GAB. So that's the first game I ever casted. You can check that out. My casting style probably was a bit different. I was a lot meaner towards the players. I probably did more of a funny cast rather than a serious cast. But anyway, we have got P7GAB for KT here over on the left, and Bisu, he is over on the right. This is the first game. It is a best of 7 set. There is no play again on Thursday or Saturday. This is it. These 7 games will decide who wins the Pro League. Game 7 will come down to an ace match. We see a probe going out for P7GAB, and it looks like he is just building a pylon behind his mineral line. He has learnt his lesson from that game ages ago. He just does not want to be cannon rushed, so just going to keep that there. Just keep an eye on his back door, and that's probably going to be a bit of a smart play. And it also might confuse Bisu a bit when Bisu goes to his base and cannot see the pylon. Bisu might overreact, but we will see what happens. Bisu just building a pylon in his base like normal next to his gas guys, are putting down a gateway and going off to scout. As we see the coaches there looking on in wait. And what we've missed an epic opening ceremony. There's a stadium full of people. We missed a 50-minute delay. I stayed up last night only to be informed that there was a massive delay before we start, and it looks like P7GAB is building his gateway behind his base there. He's got that timing right, so he's obviously practiced this build. Bisu is not going to see it, and is Bisu going to expect cheese or not, as he just hides his probe there, going to probably take it out to scout. Bisu sees the base, it is empty. What is Bisu's response going to be, as we see Viking there? He's probably some pro gamer, I am not sure. So Bisu just doing some probe harass there, nothing too fancy, as an expansion going down for P7GAB there. So he's going to take his base, and Bisu, his first response is to check behind his mineral line just to make sure that he is not the one getting cannon rushed this time. So Bisu going to see the expansion there, and going to know he's probably a bit behind. So it's just see if he, so not behind, but he can either decide to expand himself or possibly go for a bit of a tech build. So we'll see what happens. And no, it looks like just the defensive pylon going down there. As Protoss players sometimes build pylons there just so their opponents cannot mana pylon them themselves. So we see one zealot coming out there, and yes, well, that defensive mana pylon was not in the right place, as another one goes down. Looks like they're going to trap a few probes there. Bisu just being annoying there to P7GAB as his gas goes down, so he can start ticking up because he has got his expansion at the moment. So a bit of mind games going on at the start there. Suspected a fake out cannon rush by his gateway behind the mineral line there, but neither players defending well against cheese there. Just some basic harassment there, but nothing too much going down. So Bisu has got his core, getting up another pylon to get more psi, as we see two zealots now, no, one zealot going round in P7GAB's base here. So Bisu doing all the initial harass here. I guess he can because P7GAB took the early expansion. So 2 zealots versus 1 zealot and 1 probe just going around there, going to be annoying as those zealots come out. I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not sure which zealot belongs to who here. Sorry about that. One of them was attacking that pylon there. It's sometimes hard that in the mirror matchup, as we see those zealots and zealots attacking each other there, just doing a bit of harass there. I guess P7GABs are the ones in front there, going to attack some gas probes there, the critical gas probes which Bisu needs for his tech. But Zealots are going to keep that alive for as long as possible, just be annoying, get some more scouting information off in the base. As we see Best looking on there in wait, as we see another Zealot coming out now for Bisu, so he's really amping up the pressure here. He knows he can because P7GAB put down the other expansion, taking down some of the probes at the natural expansion. That timing was good, but they're going to have to retreat, so stopping mining there at the natural. Bisu with a goon, but not setting that. He's just using it to cover his base because we have DTs coming from Bisu. Bisu using his signature unit, and the question is, will P7GAB have a robo or a forge up in time? Will he know this is coming? So goon out for P7GAB, they're going to use that to get rid of the Zealots, but still a probe in his base there. He's not scouting any robo as my cat just wants dinner, it's attacking my legs. As we see Best there looking on in excitement, and I don't see any forge or any robo down here as more harassment comes in here. Bisu being very good at harassing his opponent there. Finally the Zealot goes down there. Pylon going up at the front, and we do see a forge and a citadel for P7GAB himself here, so he's going to defend against DTs and either get Zealot speed or go for DTs himself. I think he's going to go for Templars or DTs himself. So Bisu expanding now as well, as his follow-up after the DTs here, and he could have a window of opportunity here where the DTs can attack with no detection here. So Bisu gone for tech, P7GAB gone for the early economy, and it's up to Bisu to have his tech kind of even out the economic advantage there. Pylon at the front there, and a cannon goes down at the front. But will these cannons be up in time? That is the question, as Forge going down for Bisu now, getting protected himself. There has been some crazy double DT rush games, so it is going to be close. One DT only though coming out through the map there as a scouting probe comes in the back of Bisu's base from P7GAB. Expansion almost complete for Bisu as the DT comes in. This is it. Can it run past the cannons here? He could use his army to kind of tank that damage and run past, but no, one cannon going up, two cannons going up. Wow, only about 2 or 3 seconds gap there. So well timed by P7GAB, timing it like a pro, as Bisu just being an absolute idiot and losing his Dark Templar there, just running it into the front. I do not know why. Maybe it was a bit of lapse control, maybe he didn't put it on hold position, maybe he got baited. But yes, unfortunate play there by Bisu. He does have his catch-up expansion, but his DT tech did not do anything. But here he comes around the back door, which is probably an advantage for this map here. He's got a second chance for his DT to do damage. The cannons are only protecting the front. He could possibly run them round and take out probes in the natural or in the main. So here comes, it's going to get glitched through the minerals. He is going to see that probe there with his scouting pylon. It's finally time. Bisu still loves that area there, but it looks like he is attacking the gateway there. I'm not sure. Oh wow, this is amazing. What he's done there is his building is kind of blocking that DT. I thought that was just a bad positioning, but he's probably done that positioning on purpose. So pimp play there by P7GAB. He doesn't need to build anything in his back door for a while because he has got a gateway block there. His unit's going to come out the front there. That DT is just going to sit there. I mean, it probably will take down that gateway, but genius play there from P7GAB. He's probably thought that through as he gets his more gateways down for macro mode there. Building his cannon at the back. Cannon comes up just in time again. Split second timing, but unfortunately there is no observers out, so he is going to lose his forge and that other building there, the pylon, but still defending against DTs. So P7GAB with a slight economic lead at the moment here, just having expansion up a bit earlier, defending off Bisu's harass. So P7GAB with a slight lead. Let's see what he does with it as he gets his gateways down. Just going to rebuild his citadel there because he's just going to sack that one. He's not going to have his robo up in time. So both players chosen Templar tech, and looks like both players, P7GAB with a shuttle out at the moment, look like he's going to go for a storm drop. Bisu is ready for it though, but could he sneak it in? We shall find out. So both players out with shuttles now. They probably have high Templar in them for a storm drop. As that shuttle comes in, takes some damage, but he's going to sneak past the probes, run away, taking down some of the probes there. Probably getting about 3 or 4 kills. Sorry, I couldn't read it. Other storm going down there for P7GAB, but losing his shuttle, unfortunately. But Bisu still has his shuttle alive, and massive storm going down there with, oh sorry, I can't read this, guys, it's too small on my screen. But massive amount of probes dying at the moment there as that DT finally does some damage, but the observers are out and it's going to see that, so that DT is going to be shut down. The DT's reign of power in this game is over, so both players switching to what was it called, Templar drops, but Bisu's Templar drop doing a lot better than P7GAB's. He's still got his shuttle alive, he's still killed a lot more probes. Both players getting gateways down, macroing up. And sorry guys, I'm not yelling, I know this is really exciting, but there's still people at my house asleep. It is 6 o'clock in the morning. I watched these last night and I am casting them in the morning. So we see more gateways going down as, look at that massive crowd there. It is crazy to see that many people watching the game of Brood War. I think we had 3,500 people in the live English stream last night as he just takes down the gateway at the back of his base, possibly looking to expand, as we see more shuttles, more observers just going around the map. And this is the time where I wish I had someone else co-casting with me, because my voice is just really going down. I'm drinking so much water, and I think I'm going to cast the whole thing today. I don't know. I've got people coming over for board games pretty soon, so maybe they'll help me cast, or maybe we'll just play Settlers of Catan and Container. We shall see. But a Stalker shuttle coming in the back here from Bisu. He has not scouted it, getting attacked by the cannon, but massive amounts of probes going down. It's in the double digits. I think that was 13. And to me that looks like an instant GG. Best is so excited. I've never seen Best that excited in my entire life. It's not like he's rocking a CJ face. He is rocking his arm on his sleeve. Nothing hidden there from Best. He really wants to win this final series, and it turns out this game's going to go into a longer game. It's not the shorter cheese game like the first one I casted. That Templar's still up on that little high ground there, being annoying. And losing 13 probes at once is just so massive. P7GAB needs to do something to come into it, because that's so much mining time lost, so many probes that you have to rebuild. So we have our first battle going in, down, shuttle coming in, P7GAB going for the counter but getting turned away. Just marched his troops to the middle of the map for nothing, as we have those two goons there just on shuttle patrol. P7GAB learning his lesson as the armies kind of march out in the map. He's going for his own kind of counter drop here, which he needs to do because he is behind on probes at the moment. And that Templar up there getting another storm off. Unfortunately, P7GAB getting his shuttle picked off, only getting one zealot out there. So P7GAB's shuttle play this game has been terrible, losing 2 shuttles. That Templar up there just chilling, finally going to get taken out. So Bisu with an economic lead now. I would say the advantage is slightly his, but it does come down to ground army. If P7GAB's ground army can do some good harass or just whittle down Bisu, he can come back in this game. But unfortunately that shuttle getting taken down, so Bisu losing a shuttle, getting one more storm off, not doing that much damage, but the crowd does not care. They will go absolutely crazy for Bisu. There are a lot of Bisu fanboys out there, and everyone wanted to see Bisu versus Flash, but unfortunately they sent out Bisu first, their strongest player. I guess this map is a PvP map, or PvZ map, so that's probably why they sent him as observers, just to have a little fight there in the middle of the map. As P7GAB crosses the middle at the moment there. Sorry guys, just having a drink of water because my voice is absolutely shot. It is Easter Monday as another observer goes down. We have got one Archon out for Bisu. Here it comes, the army comes in. There's massive storms going off, mainly on the Zealots and the Goons. Zealots going into fighting each other. P7GAB looks like he's got a slightly better position there. His troops are spread out, but no, he is the one running away, running back. Oh, massive storm going down on those Zealots there, so that was probably a good time to retreat. Another storm going down. P7GAB looks like he's got the better storms, but I think he's going to run out of units there. Bisu looks like he has the better arc now. He still has units behind that, and again more clapping, but Templars coming in for P7GAB to reinforce. They're not storming though. Yes, finally a storm going down, but it looks like Bisu does have the upper hand in this battle. He's just more units just absolutely pouring in. He's going to force P7GAB to retreat there across that narrow choke, and Bisu looks like he has a commanding army now. Can he turn that army into an advantage here? He's going to push it all the way home to the front. There is some reinforcement zealots. There is some cannons down at the front of the base. So Bisu just pushing this now. He has got more Templars coming in. P7GAB with the high ground advantage. He's got his 2 cannons there to retreat. Bisu doesn't care. He thinks he's got enough. He's just going to push this home. Massive storm going down on all the zealots. Psy Storm, the great equalizer, the great splash damage of the Protoss army. More zealots just streaming in here, and it's going to be close though. More recent reinforcement coming in for P7GAB as the battle goes down here on the front. It looks like there's more goons. There it is, GG, Bisu winning set 1. So SKT are in the lead. Bisu, their #1 player, taking the first set. No upset there from P7GAB. No counter rush, straight up game. After Bisu's DTs failed, he was behind, but he caught up with some awesome storm drops, just some great macro, and his army pushed it home. Game 1 going to Bisu as he wears a hat there with some yellow stuff on the back.